Could you just tell us a little bit about Scott Barrett's injury? What do you guys know?
Yeah, the process at the moment medically is Scooter won't be available for the rest of the series, and there's just some options for us to consider and what that looks like in replacement of the group. So we're going through that at the moment.
What's he done? A calf injury?
Yeah, at this stage it seems to be lower legs, so pretty much well on top of that around what that process is through the medical, but yeah, lower leg.
You see no return to play date yet?
Not at this stage. I think we'll just take it week for week. He'll be keen to get back as quickly as possible, but we've obviously got to do what's right for him in the injury process.
When do you think you make a call on whether you bring in a replacement or not?
Oh, we'll look at that. The boss, Razor, will go through that process and do what's best for the squad. At the moment, training well today, everyone was up. We're obviously disappointed to lose the skip, but we're going to go forward.
I assume it will change your thinking around selection?
Oh, there's some things we will consider because of that. Obviously there'll be the replacement there. We trust our depth. There'll be an opportunity for someone else to step up. Artie will come in and lead us well like he has for the last number of weeks also. So, yeah.
Pretty confident you can just carry on. Things remain relatively smooth. There's no big bump in the road losing Skip?
No, I think just for us, obviously he's the Skip, so it's disappointing for us. He's a massive part of this team. What Skip's done well was grow his leadership group. We've got some outstanding experience there. It's a shared leadership model anyway, so like anything, you adjust and the leadership group will grab the team and go forward with it.
How does he feel about it?
You can ask him. Yeah, that's the question around later on what that looks like. He'll obviously be disappointed. He loves playing for the All Blacks and leading them, so he's disappointed. But he's also a guy that'll see the future quickly. He'll go through his process as quickly as anyone can, and we know they'll be back with us.
Do you want to be quite cautious with it, given we've seen in other sports calf injuries can very easily turn into Achilles injuries? Are you wanting to be quite patient with it?
Well, I think so. I think the medical will look at that well. We're really fortunate with our medical staff. They'll go through that for Scooter, and the process will be as good as it can be. But the key thing for Scooter is just making sure he's okay. Lining things up, that he's back when he can. But not only the back, he'll come back better. So we'll use that as opportunity also.
How hard is it to keep him out of training and make sure he isn't involved? I see he's carrying tackle bags and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he'd rather be out on the field with his men. But he's been through enough rugby to know these are the challenges that you get. And just today, he'll still lead us around some comms and what he saw in training and the like. So it's still still Scooter. Just might be a little bit sore at the moment.
Is it a bigger loss to the leadership of the team or to the second row, do you think?
It's a loss. He's our test captain. Now with that loss, how do we adapt? And there's an opportunity.
Is everyone else, apart from Seba, everyone else available for selection?
At this stage, yeah, we're going through that. There's a couple of sore boys. It was our first test of the year. We faced a excited, tough French side, and we definitely went into the shed a wee bit sore. So we'll take the couple of days that we've got here to build our game and recover well, but we definitely know that we've been in a test match.
After reflecting on that French match, what are some of the key things you think you've learnt from how they approach things, and what sort of tweaks might we see from you?
Oh, just for us, I think what we focus on is our big rocks, set piece clarity, what we did well there, line out functioning very well, some nice shapes on attack and what we can build off. So if you think around big rocks in our game being placed, now it's just focusing in on our skill sets, execution. The French were very good. They lived off our errors, but they earned them. So we've just got to adjust around what that looks like in our game, possibly get that error rate down. That's definitely going to help us. And then our possession and our territory we were happy with. Now it's just completing on our terms. So they're all the things that we've been through.
Coach, so you got a special guest at training today, Wayne Smith here. What's he been up to, and what's it like having him around?
Sir Wayne Smith. So the presence of the man that bleeds black, fully an All Black legend around wearing the jersey, caring for the jersey. So he's within our coaching group as a mentor. He's always there for us as a sounding board. It's great having him in. The boys love having Smithy in. He's coached a lot of them, and he just shares stories. He shares events that he's been through. He gets the chance to slide up next to his players and maybe give him some of his feedback. We absolutely love having him in.
And just on Saturday's game, a lot of the people watching, there's a lot of frustration around the way the TMO was working out. This isn't about like referee decisions. It's just, I wanted to ask you, how do you think that could be improved from your guys' point of view? How that process could perhaps be improved?
It's a really good question. And if you don't mind me answering it this way, we have to improve. Like the All Blacks have to improve. Let's take away that error at the breakdown. Let's take away the ability for the TMO to feel he needs to come in. So our challenge is give the TMO an enjoyable evening with a cup of tea, and we're really clinical and we're executing well, and he can enjoy his evening.
Given the conditions are going to be much different this weekend,
Yeah.
how important is defence going to be?
Yeah, massively. I think it's a good question around where we are in Wellington with the elements. When the conditions are wet, the ground can be a little bit more slippery, so things like changing of angles defensively and the like, ball in behind. What we've acknowledged is we could have been in the front of the French a wee bit quicker and a wee bit more aggressive. So Tams has taken us through that defensively, but defence will be a massive part of this. We're not overly happy with the amount of points that were scored against us, so there's a little bit in the gut around that, so we need to be better. So great question.
France made 100 more tackles than the All Blacks last weekend. What do you make of them defensively?
Outstanding. Outstanding. The care in the group, highly respected around the care that they have. You look at them in the Six Nations, their coaching, their philosophy around defence, the way they recover. They do defend a wee bit differently than New Zealand teams and what we've seen in Super. So there's a couple of little pitches there that we can adjust to when we need to. But also with their good defence, there's opportunities around it. And we've seen it now. Now the challenge for us is to be better in how we attack it.
Are you happy that Wellington's weather is foxing this week and it's going to...
Unbelievable at the moment. Please just transfer to Saturday and we're happy. But in saying that, if it's wet, we're excited about that too.
And just on France again, do you expect them to bring more belief given how they went in game one?
Possibly, yep. I think they're a confident team anyway. They're young, they're excited. They've talked around having no fear. So whether or not they took confidence out of that or not, that's for them to decide. What we saw was an excited, an experienced French team that were proud to play for their country. But what we've also been through, and the excitement of the series is we get to play them again. And both teams will be looking at this game and going, there's opportunities that we can see now that we didn't know were there last time. We can build our game, we can get better. So as coaching staffs, we'll be both feeling that there's confidence around where we can transfer our game, and we'll be better for the game also though.
What has changed in the rugby world so that the young French team is confident facing the All Blacks in New Zealand?
Great. So they should be. Very proud rugby nation. Top 14, an unbelievable competition. Six Nations, French were beautiful to watch. They should come down here with confidence.
Can you give us any insight, if you can, just about any words of wisdom or any words of motivation that you're giving the players this week and for the lead up to this weekend's game?
Oh, the leaders do really well around that. We're really excited to be playing in Wellington. You don't really need to inspire the All Blacks too much. Just being around each other, they'll do that. There's a little bit in us around we could have done better in that first game, and now our acknowledgement is, well, how are we going to do it? So we're always excited, to be honest. So you should expect an excited All Black team. You should expect one that's learnt some lessons around the error rate and what it gave the French, and you should expect an All Black team defensively to have a little bit more around standing in front of the French more often.
Just in terms of Wellington, hasn't been a happy hunting ground in the last 8 years. Only 2 victories, I think it is, out of 8.
Yes.
What do you make of that? Is there you been able to diagnose why that is? Is it?
It's acknowledged. It's acknowledged. Razor's taken us through that and what that means. And it's, again, I respect the question, but boom, what's in front of us? What's in front of us, and we just have to focus on that. We're not going to get too caught on what's happened in the past around in Wellington. We're excited to play here. Last year, the Wallabies here was an outstanding evening for us. The environment, the crowd, the energy that we got from them was unreal. So we expect that this weekend. We know that we'll get that from our fans, and we're looking forward to playing in front of them.